Alright, so some of these videos have been misleading on how you change your starter. I have a '02 Chevy Tahoe, changing the starter out of it. So actually, that is the starter right there. So the first thing you need to do is take this tire thingy off. It's covering your tire. It's connected by snaps around here, around the edges. It's kind of hard to take off, but you have to take all those off to get behind the tire. So there is the starter. It has a couple of bolts on top. You have to use can't really see too good. Dang, it's blurring. Where that flashlight at? Give y'all a better view. Alright, so I turned the light on. Alright, so as you see, there are a couple of nuts that are holding the starter. Why does this thing keep going blurred, bro? Whack. So there's two small ones at the top. Well, there's one that I can see. And then there's two in the back. So I only see three. And then you use the number 8 deep socket and the number 13 deep socket. Underneath, where Sean is actually taking the 2 sockets from the bottom, it requires the number 13, which is that right there. This is how long the bolt is that we're taking off from the bottom. We're taking the bottom off first, and then we're going to work on the top part. But yeah, so the reason I knew my starter went out yesterday, it just didn't start out of nowhere. I thought it was the battery. We charged the battery. It did not turn, nor did it click like it usually does when you get that first ignition spark when you start your car. Did not get that. So I actually watched a YouTube video this morning, and he said the best way to check your starter goes out is to get your tire iron, and actually tap it against your starter. And y'all won't believe, I actually tapped it against my starter, and the car actually started. Now, mind you, I left my car sitting overnight because I thought I was going to have a mechanic look at it. But, yeah, I watched that video this morning. Had I watched it yesterday, I would have done that yesterday. But, yeah, I literally just tapped it with my tire iron. It immediately started. So, try that if you guys have if you can get to your starter. That is a good way to know that your starter went out, because I wouldn't have never known that. So we finally got the starter off. It took a couple. So when we looked under the car from the frontal part, so these are the 3 things that had the wires on them, that had the tubes or the little caps on them that you have to unscrew off. We tried to use the 8mm deep socket, and we couldn't even get it in there to move back and forth. So we actually used a wrench and got it off. But yeah, so this is from a '02 Chevy Tahoe. This is the first time I've actually changed the starter on it, because I actually got it last year. I paid cash for it, and it's actually been a good running Chevy Tahoe since I bought it. But down here at the bottom, so those are where the 2 long screws came from, and mounted all the way up inside the car. So yeah, it like I said, if y'all are having problems and you see that your starter you have an issue where you may have to start, use the method that get your tire iron. Excuse my hair, I really don't care. This is for informative purposes only, because I'm a female and I like to work on my own cars, and especially if it's an older model and I'm capable of doing it. So I actually just use this tire iron, and I just did that when it was, this one was actually on the car and it didn't start. Not, because I tried to get a jump and it did not work. And when I watched that YouTube video with that man, I don't remember what his name was, but there's a video that I watched and he said that's how you test it. He said you tap it, and if it starts, that's how you know if it's a bad starter or if it's something else. So just keep that in mind. And if you can also do it yourself, if you're capable of doing it and you have the tools, the part is like $100-something, and then I guarantee the labor is probably like $3 something. We're about to go get the new part now to get our warranty off of this old bugger here, and hopefully it doesn't take as long as it took to take off as it does to put on. So, all right. So we finally put the new starter back in. We got everything wired, ready to go. We got all the screws tightened down. Looks good and brand new. Now the challenge for us was actually getting the ratchet to twist up and down to unlock. So we had to come up with alternative wrenches and tools just to actually take those off. Other than that, there's really only 4. So there was 2 wires and then the 2 bolts on the bottom. Those are the only ones that we were supposed to take off. We finally got it done. Your girl looking like a whole grease monkey. I don't care, because like I said, I like to work on my own car because I know how to do certain things. And I'm not afraid to get my hands and feet and dirty and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a little challenging, but we got it done. And about to start it up. Let me get this flashlight from under here. Got the battery cables hooked back up as well. Let's get these keys. Got the cheetah print on my Chevy because girl's a cheetah girl. Alright, so it did say to turn the ignition first before I actually start it. So I turned it, I'm going to turn it back off, and then bam! And we're done.